So this is the First Presbyterian Church of Tacoma, Washington. And just look at the detail on this church. Look at those little stars, the carving that it would take. 100 years of Jesus, it says right here in Tacoma. And just what are we dealing with here, people? Because they say this is a church, but this is also a Presbyterian church in Tacoma, Washington. And it looks like that stupid building behind there. It looks nothing like this building. This building is magnificent. And it's strange, right? Because this was one of the first things they had during a conversation. Do you see how this doesn't seem connected to this building at all? They just put up a couple banners. And I'm sure people have been going to church here for the last 100 years. But this doesn't look like any of the other churches around. And notice, it looks like there's been windows that have been bricked in, as in multiple people have occupied this building for different points in time. Why are there peacocks on a First Presbyterian church? Why do you have the Omega sign? Why do you have the Alpha sign? Of course it's about Jesus, but just this is pretty overbuilt for the First Presbyterian church, don't you think? And there's just millions and millions of bricks. And I'm curious, did you want to think, is this necessary? I just think of the church. I was part of a church growing up, and we had a huge remodel, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and nobody broke out the chisels and the hammers, and nobody started making huge towers for the Lord, right? That's what you got for the kids. What does the building have? What did we found here? I don't think they built any of this. There's multiple of those, 4 of them, 1 on each side, aligned to the cardinal directions. Look at that intricacy. Right, that's another building. This thing just goes on and on. Copper everywhere, tons of brickwork. And I just it seems like we're squatting, does it not? That we weren't the people who built this building. It has been repurposed, and right, like so many things get repurposed. This building, this was not what it was built for. It wasn't built for that little playground right there. They think there's much more afoot here. Because again, this building is amazing. I would want to live in this building. Why is it a church? And you could say it's a church because it's always been a church. But I'm asking, go more cerebral. What if this whole place was founded? Right? What if this whole city was founded with these amazing buildings and those guys, Masonic Temple, right? That's just a clubhouse. This is just their massive, massive clubhouse, right? And they got a little dinky sign out front. Why not carve that of stone? Right, you carved this whole building of stone, you say, or did you just found it? You Freemasons. Was there Freemasonry everywhere? Founders, keepers. If you can just keep the narrative going, you can keep all of the most beautiful buildings for yourself, for your clubhouse, right? And your church people, right? You let everybody go to church in the nicest buildings. Got to honor God. But look, does that not say it all? They couldn't even make a thin little piece of granite to carve their names in. And good enough. The pastor can tell you about the study. Look at that, guys. Yeah, we're obviously squatting. Beautiful evangelical church. It sure is, man. Doesn't that just make you want to worship God? That beautiful building. Doesn't that make you want to worship the Masons with that beautiful building? Logos work.